Oh, hi! We're live. Hey, everybody, strap in and get ready. Wait a minute. Something's not right. Hold on. I turned my headphone volumes down. It totally screwed me up. Looking back here, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. I was going to say Friday. I'm used to doing these on Friday, but it's Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. Thanks for jumping in. We're here live with the Calirado Kid on a Saturday night, going into 4th of July weekend. We're officially in it. I don't know, some of you guys are from around the world, so 4th of July, we just making an excuse to go out and barbecue and drink a bunch of beers, basically what it is at this point. So let me strap in, let me get ready, and let's jump right in, shall we? Oh, man. Thanks, everybody, for jumping in here. Look at you guys. Look at this thing. It showed up in the mail. Can you believe this? This isn't the special delivery I was talking about, because this came in prior, but here it is. The old 100,000 plaque right here. Now, a lot of YouTubers go out there, like Seabass, for example, all right, these big timers. What they'll do is they'll get this award, and then they'll just be like, it's in a box somewhere. I don't even know where it's at. It's the opposite of what I'm going to do. I'm basically just going to carry this thing around with me for the next 6 months. So expect to see any, like if I do some POV riding footage, it's going to be on the handlebars. I'm going to get a little handlebar basket for it. Like it's going to be everywhere, and I'm going to just talk about it nonstop. So there it is. Yeah, the 100,000 plaque right there. Yeah, I'm not going to be one of those humble YouTubers, guys. I'm not going to be one of those guys. That's not what's happening here. All right, who do we got in chat already jumping in? Thanks for jumping in here. I saw, by the way, the last live stream. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll up because I saw this in chat right out of the gate, and I want to acknowledge this right out of the gate. Lucian jumped in here and says, "How dare you steal Zanyan from me?" Now, the tale behind this goes like this. I was up in Nevada City. I was riding, and I ran into Zanyan. Now, when he came up, he said, "Hey, man, like the channel, all that stuff, great, big, grand." Of course he likes the channel, but then, like, what he says is like, "Oh, you know, I got to get myself a pair of those gloves." I was like, "What size gloves do you wear?" He's like, "I got large." I was like, "Boom, I got a pair right here. There you go." So I gave him a pair of Calirado Kid gloves. Won his heart from then on for the rest of eternity, essentially. And then he jumped on last time's live stream, the 100K live stream, and he won another set of gloves. And I believe he won some Everyman Jack or something like that as well. So he's just absolutely crushing it. And now I've basically stolen him from Lucian. So Zanyan's my best friend now, not Lucian's. I just want to be clear about this. I saw it in chat. I had to acknowledge the controversy before it got out of hand. And that's what we're doing here tonight. So I appreciate you guys coming in. Bazacaster says something. Wait a minute. Why am I getting behind already? It says, hi. Please say hi to me on video. Bazacaster. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Happy Saturday. I'm glad you could be here. I know. I've got spokesmen's and admins, so you better watch out. He'll put the band hammer in there, and I don't want him to because I want all you guys to sit here and put up with my bad jokes all night long. So, Bazacaster, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. I appreciate you jumping in. Just don't spam chat too much because, yeah, my buddy Steve will just do one of those. So love that you're in here. Stoked on the enthusiasm, and you're gonna just be disappointed by the end of the night. I can almost assure you of this. All right, so we're getting caught up here in chat. I'm stoked that you guys are in here, and we've got some stuff to talk about it. So check this out. All right, so I got some new gear that came in today. We're going to talk about that later tonight. Before we get into it, okay, and this is a chance, by the way, since you guys are here on this live stream, we always acknowledge chat. We always talk about chat. So if you guys have questions or anything else, we'll just cover anything and everything. But I want to jump right in because I did something I've never done before, which was the Tahoe Mountain Bike Fest, and that happened last weekend. And Tamba and I have been trying to get together for a while. Now, Tamba is a local trail organization up in Tahoe, building trails, maintaining trails, advocacy groups. Of course, we've got a lot of those. And it turns out they're all rad. Like, you know, we've got Fat Track here locally in Sacramento, Motherload, God, I'm forgetting the name. I think it's Motherload something. Somebody will correct me on this. Bonk up in Nevada City. There's a lot of them. And all the people involved are incredible because what they're doing is just fighting to build trails. So that's what we all want. Anyways, Tamba, we tried to get together Memorial Day weekend. I believe it was Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, but it turned out that was my son's birthday weekend as well. We just couldn't make it work. We ended up going to Everstoke that weekend. We went camping, brought the whole family. It was an absolute blast. Hung out with Brian, the old BKXC. Hung out with Aaron from MTB and Adventures and a bunch of other rad people. It was a great weekend up at Everstoke, and I'm glad we did that. But then they invited me. They were doing the Tahoe Mountain Bike Festival. Now, if I was to describe the Tahoe Mountain Bike Festival, because I only made it for one day, they basically do 2 days. The first day is like demos. So they'll do demo bikes, they'll do shuttling up to do rides and stuff like that. I'm bummed I missed that day because that would have been an absolute blast. The second day was basically the festival itself, which started later in the day because basically the premise is you show up early, get your bike, and go ride. And so they've got a couple pre-planned rides set up. So if you've already paid admission to the festival, you get admission to the aid stations along the ride, which are a necessity. It was great. And I didn't realize this. What was going to happen is they had planned a pretty big ride. They had 2 rides planned. Now, my thought is I'm going to focus on just doing content stuff. So I wanted to get out there, at least get a quick cruise in and really just go to the festival and help out with whatever I could and just talk to everybody and things like that. Well, once I got on the trail, I started riding, and Tahoe's freaking gorgeous, man. So like that route was like 1,000 feet of climbing, in like 10 to 11 miles. It was pretty basic, nothing crazy, but it would have been a great little cruise. And I was like, I'm on board. So what I did is I climbed up the first part of the section, and then you're greeted by an aid station. Okay, and I was like, okay, boom, stop it at the aid station. Look, because I had wildly underprepared, ladies and gentlemen, wildly underprepared. All I brought was like a water bottle and like one snack and my hip pack with tools. That was like, I didn't bring. It wasn't like I was planning on doing a massive ride, you know, no chamois, no nothing, just cruising along. I did have pants on. Just want to be clear, did have pants on. So let's be clear on that. Here's the point. All right, so I got to the first aid station and I saw that you could refill. And at that point, I made the executive decision, let's go for it. Let's do the big boy ride. Now that was my understanding, according to the chart, was over 4,000 feet of climbing. I did the numbers afterwards, counting the ride from the festival grounds back, probably about 28 total miles, 20 and plus like about 4,000 feet of climbing. I just went for it. I said, what the hell, let's go. Because I saw the aid station. I was like, man, if I've got something where I can refill this one water bottle I have, then I could be okay. Boy, oh boy, was it a blast. And I'm glad I did it. Can I show you? I don't know if you guys, not everybody follows up on social media and all that stuff. So I want to show you a couple things that happened to the mountain bike festivals up there in Tahoe. Okay, check this out. First of all, this climb right out of the gate. Okay, so there's a big climb from the first aid station. It was hellacious. Okay, now I don't mind a big climb, but when we're talking about like a big climb up a fire road or like a paved road, oh boy, my mind wanders and gets bored real fast. And but it was steep. It was a steep grade. It was a big climb. So we're up this climb for, man, it was like it had to be 40 minutes or something to get up to the top before the first trail dropped in. It was bad, but like one, I've been working out a lot more lately, so my physical fitness has been in pretty good shape. So I was stoked. I was it was manageable. It was totally manageable. So I got up the trail, just sweating bullets. Luckily, there's an aid station somewhere. But can I show you, as soon as I got up there, and let me tell you this. You guys ever know that when you go on a ride, sometimes you do a big climb like that, and then you do the actual ride, and you're like, man, that ride wasn't worth the climb. This was the opposite, and I'm stoked on it. It was worth the climb, 100% worth the climb that I did. It's on Strava. I did the route on Strava, so if you guys follow me on Strava, you can see it there, because I always forget trail names. But it was a brutal, brutal climb, just fire road. So, like, again, towards the end of it, I'm like, oh, my God. But here's the cool part. Calirado kids showed up, probably one of the older guys out there, just passed everybody on the climb. Okay, don't tell them. They might be watching. I passed everybody on the climb, and then got to the top, and this is the scenery that I was greeted with. Let's hope this actually works, because I could screw this up. Stand by. Man, so the top of the trail, like, you got up there. I saw the stream just coming through the valley, and I was like, man, this was 100% worth it for the view alone. So I actually spent a little bit of time just hanging out in that valley, getting pictures, doing some story posts and things like that. It was serene as hell and 100% worth that brutal climb. And then we did, there was a downhill section right after that. A lot of people coming up at that point. And so it was just kind of a cool, like, start to an event to me, like, because one of the things that happens at Sea Otter is Sea Otter is very industry focused. So when we go to Sea Otter, we're just talking to businesses, we're hanging out, we're doing that sort of stuff, right? But in this situation, and just like Sedona, when you get to go out and ride and then come back and do the festival stuff, that's my jam, 100%. So the climb was brutal, but it was worth it. The downhill was fantastic. It was like flowy and techy. Again, I got to look back at the name of the trails. I'm horrible with stuff. But we did it, and then that view alone was worth it. And we came back down after that, hit the aid station again. Then you took off. There was another big climb up to the top of Armstrong to Lower Corral. And I'm still correcting myself. I still say Coral, and I will address chat in a second, guys. Don't worry, but I'm in storytelling mode, aren't I? I just get caught up in it. Anyways, so there's another climb. So it ended up being about 4,000 feet of climbing or so, but we ended up getting to the top of Lower Corral. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first ever mountain bike ride I did on a full suspension. Was that ride? Was Armstrong to Lower Corral. Damn it! I keep screwing it up. And it was just as fun as I remember the first time. That's what got me hooked. Brian sent me up there for my first ride on a full suspension bike. The climb killed me the first time I ever went up there, and it was crazy to see because there was massive, massive fire damage. Now, unfortunately, I did not get any video footage of this uploaded to my computer to share with you, but can I show you this real quick? Stand by. Because this used to be, if you guys don't know what happened at Tahoe, massive fire about 2 years rolled through, destroyed hundreds of thousands of acres from what I understand. I'm not the best with numbers. Look, here's the deal. Oh, I put it all in my stories. Oh yeah, you can see it. So I'm going to just show you the phone real quick so you can see like the devastation here. So if you look, like the trail that used to be, the trail's still there, but it felt like an alien planet. Like it was absolutely different than the last time that I rode it. And it was pretty like, man, it was just like, oh man, I can't believe this happened. And one, I can't believe I haven't been up since then, apparently. But boy, oh boy, did the landscape change. And it's amazing that the firefighters were able to stop that fire from getting into South Lake Tahoe, which was evacuated. I've never seen that before, where South Lake Tahoe gets evacuated. Absolutely crazy, man. Anyways, the trail was vastly different, but insanely fun. I'm pretty sure I PR'd like everything I rode that day because I haven't ridden Tahoe in a while. And like, again, as a rider, as progression, we all get better over time, right? So that's basically what happened. I've just gotten better as a rider like we all do. And so it's like I actually started Strava on that ride. It was just like PR after PR after PR on all those trails because the last time I rode them was, maybe 2 years ago or something, you know what I mean? Anyways, that was the start of the festival. I got to show you the festival itself, but in a second, let's jump into chat real quick so I don't get too behind with you guys because this is the whole point of doing a live stream is hanging out with you guys. All right, stand by. I'm scrolling way up, so I could be way behind. Is your wife still rocking the stash? Yeah, she's never going to shave. She's very adamant about keeping the mustache. It's part of her persona, apparently. Should have added some air quotes in there. Zany gave his other spare gloves away so I can steal it from him. Yes, Lucian, thanks for jumping in, buddy. I appreciate it. Are you coming to Texas, says Briggs? I would love to come to Texas. Which part are you in? I've been to Austin before, and I've done a road trip through Texas, but I got to make it to Spider Mountain. I heard Spider Mountain is rad. I would love to do that. What was the best bike you rode? Right now, I'm really digging the Revel. The Rascal is fantastic. And I'm going to make some adjustments to it pretty soon. You're going to see I got a box back here. Look, if you can see. I've got a box right back there in the corner that we're going to unveil tonight. So just stand by. Just stand by, everybody. Thanks for jumping in. Do you RC, says MTB only? No. I've never RC'd, but I'd like to. It's just another hobby that will take precious time away from me. Because right now my time is I'm fighting for scraps for any moment I can to film something. So I'm just like, I've got to focus on this and you guys and the channel. And sometimes other things fall to the wayside because of it. But you know, that's how it goes. That's the sacrifice I'm willing to make. And lucky for me, I enjoy it. Terry Bernstein's in here, says, good evening. I heard Prospects Parks NYC had some solid trails. What's up, brother? Terry's an absolute maniac on the bike, dude. I love watching the footage of him riding through the cities and stuff. It's so cool, man. I love that stuff. Brian and Single Track Sampler rode through San Francisco once and just did an epic ride through the city, and it was like a tremendous way to explore a city. You know, like a lot of the times we were visiting a city, we just walk around everywhere. But man, on a bike you can cover so much ground. It's so interesting. All right, here we go. I'm just catching up on chat, and then we're going to talk more about the Tahoe Mountain Bike Fest before we jump into the next topic. By the way, it's hot as hell here. Is it like the surface of the sun for you guys? Because it's I'm not gonna lie, it's approximately 111 degrees here today, according to my truck when we were driving around. It's mighty hot, mighty hot. All right, stand by. I'm still catching up with chat. I appreciate it. Outdoor Gold is in here. RC, good to see you, buddy. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. Woo! Anyways, RC is my favorite. RC has been around since the beginning of the Calirado Kid journey. He's the one. Him and the Crashing Dad planted the seed of creativity in my mind, right? Because like up until that point, I had started a YouTube channel, but I didn't know like what it was, and it was like really the first time I got to ride with other creators, and it really helped inspiration set in. You know what I mean? Like riding with him, riding with RC, riding with the Crashing Dad, like, and just being around other creators. It was like, man, I love like just talking with people about creative ideas and things like it. It just planted the seed, and right there, like I knew I'm just gonna be in it for a while. I'm gonna be doing this for a while. So RC is one of my favorite guys. He got his hand on some cigar blend from Joseph Magnus recently. So I'm pretty stoked on that. All right. I need the gloves and socks. I know we should make some excuses socks. That's right. Cindy says, hey man, I've been doing lots of push-ups. Yeah, I know. Quit thinking about bike parts, all right? Take it easy. I've been doing a bunch of push-ups too. So many push-ups because of I want to get new brakes. I got to get rid of the damn SRAM brakes. I got to get them out of there. They're so squishy. You know what I describe them as? They feel a bit like if you were to grab a marshmallow and just squeeze it. That's how impactful they feel when it comes to actually stopping on a trail. That's my thought. I don't know what you guys, again, it could be just the ones, they might just need to be bled. I'm just being baby about it, but I do want to try the TRPs. I was online last night looking at TRPs, the Evos, and those look pretty rad, like honestly. But I've got a couple ideas for builds, and I want to talk about that too. But just keep me on track, guys. There's going to be, look, I promise I'm not going to keep you guys here 2 hours long. No way, no how, not again. Not going to do it to you. Not going to do it to you, but I do have something back there I want to show you. All right, Stan, but not yet. Okay. Mountain Bike Q&A. Good to see you, Johnny Boy says, you were flying when you rode with that normal. Didn't even see you. Yeah, I was, now I had a couple advantages there. One, when I was riding with Seabass, because if you guys didn't see, Seabass is a second channel where he'll make some riding videos. I took him out to Nevada City, him, Durs, and Matt. We rode out there. Now I have a couple advantages. One, I know Nevada City pretty well. So luckily, like those trails are common for me. Like, so I've got that home field advantage to a certain extent. But what people don't realize is I'm actually fairly capable on a bike. And like I said, I've been working out a lot more lately, so my physical fitness is pretty good, man. Like, I was pretty stoked on it. So, yeah, we had an incredible time, though. Like, it was so good. And again, home field advantage more than anything else out there. Like, if they took me out to Pacifica or any jump lines, I would just, done. Like, I wouldn't be able to keep up with them. So, it was, like, super cool. Some of the nicest people in the world. You guys know, Seabass, normal mountain biker, just one of the nicest guys on the planet. I love it. I always talk to him. He's going out. Hey, Bazcaster, no problem, dude. I'm just stoked you're here. Can you come to Texas? Yes, one of these days I will. Sorry. Wait. No, you haven't been banned. Okay, wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm getting behind. Okay, hold on. I'm scrolling up. I'm gonna continue telling stories, and then we got all kinds of stuff. If I miss something, you can type it again. It's okay. Just don't type it 47 times, guys. But otherwise, Texas. Oh man, I don't know much about Dallas. I don't know if I've ever been out there. You gotta like shoot me a message or something. I'd love to get out and ride. It's just a matter of timing. There's a couple adventures that I have planned this year, and then the more riding that I could do, the better. Of course, like I wish I had all the time in the world. I wish this is all I did, but I have a job, I got a family, and everything else. So like my travel time is sometimes limited. So I do what I can when I can. Spokesman's in here like strip clubbing it again, dropping dollar bills left and right. Steve's one of my favorite friends. He's out in Durango now. He's living out in Durango. Okay, stand by. So let's talk about, Frequent Flyer, by the way. Thank you, Frequent Flyer, for jumping in. Won a good prize pack from Everyman Jack. Hey, that rhymed. Won a prize pack. Wait, that could be a song. Wait, hold on. He won a prize pack from Everyman Jack. Wait, okay, hold on. He won a prize pack from Everyman Jack. Okay, all right. I didn't prepare my voice. Okay, sorry. Jesus Christ. I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't prepare for that. Sorry. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, we're back. Okay, look. Now, Frequent Flyer, by the way, with a $1.99 donation says, I'm wondering when you're coming to Spider Mountain. I got to plan it. I got to find like a contact out there that I could like get them to put me up room and board and stuff. There's a possibility I'm going to go to Mammoth because they're doing a gravel fest out there, and they've been talking about having me come out. I'd love to come out there. I'm going up to Galbraith soon. Look, we're getting ahead of the schedule, okay? I'm going to figure it out. But look, let's get back to the Tahoe Mountain Bike Festival, okay? Look, I told you I'd bring it all right back in. Okay? Tahoe Mountain Bike Festival. If you guys aren't paying attention to my Instagram feed, boy, oh boy, did you miss one of the greatest moments in the Calirado Kid channel. And it wasn't even on my channel, right? Okay, so here's what happened. Okay, let me paint the picture for you, all right? Let me paint the picture real quick. We get down to the festival grounds. Now the festival's going, it's kicking. There's the first of all, Tamba, the crew behind Tamara, Drew, Jess, all these, they were incredible. And they were so welcoming to me. Like, they offered to buy me a pizza. I was like, oh, you guys don't have to do this. This is incredible. The Triple Crown Pizza, by the way, which was actually named for a Triple Crown event they do where it's just one big massive ride. Anyways, we get pizza, we get beer, all that stuff. We're hanging out, and they've got what they've called Shenanigans going on at the festival. So the Shenanigans are basically like, they're just doing activities. So one of them, the first one was a log pull. And the second one, did you guys see this on Instagram? The second one was a bunny hop competition. Now, I did not document the bunny hop competition because I knew I would be out early in the rounds. Okay, I knew it right out of the gate. Tire pressure wasn't right. Like the altitude throws off my trajectories, all that stuff. So I didn't want to put that out there. So like I didn't show that. But what I did show on the old social media stories was probably one of the finest moments in Calirado Kid history. What happened was the log pull was in full effect. Okay, and there was a lot of competition, stiff competition. Let's just say stiff competition. Okay, stiff competition. And I'm out there waiting for my turn to go. You guys know what a log pull is. What they've done is they've got a children's bike, like a child's bike. Why did I have to say child versus children? You guys know it's a kid's bike. Tiny bike with a tow strap behind it and a log behind that. Now, everybody gets up on this bike and it's hard to get going. Okay, when you start pedaling, it will not grip. Okay, so a lot of stiff competition. They're getting on the bike. Every one of them spinning out at the beginning. None of them get traction, get power, get enough torque to pull the log across, and then eventually they'll grab and get it. So we're putting down decent times. 14 seconds, 12 seconds here and there. They're doing good. All these runs are great. But what they don't realize is the Calirado Kid has incredible leg strength and the lungs of an ox. Is that something people say? Okay, that might not be something people say, but okay, so it's my turn. Okay, and I got to show you this video because this is the finest. But not only is my leg strength and my lung strength incredible, so is my ingenuitude. Because look at this.
One log pull. And Joe with a very interesting method over there. He's coming in at a 7.9.
Yes! Nobody thought of that. Not one person in the room thought of that. Look at that. Are you kidding me? I pulled aside 2 local guys. Actually, these kids came up from Davis, and we ended up hanging out most of the festival. But I was like, what if we tried a different approach? And the best part about that video is the absolutely perfect angle. Like the angle of like, wow, this guy is like crushing it on the bike. He's just dominating here. And then the next shot you see is the log being pulled. Like that combination of like reveal, incredible. I would love to put that just as its own video. But you know, what are you gonna do? It was so good. It was so good. Bike Sum is in here. So I don't know that I actually won anything for that. But what I did do, hold on, check this out. Stand by. All right, let me just cut to this camera. Okay, coming back. What I did do is I got, what would you call like a participation trophy? No, they gave me this as like a spirited award. So they were stoked to have me out there. I was stoked to come out there. The Tahoe Mountain Bike Festival was really a blast. It's a smaller scale event. Think like up in Nevada City with Dirt Days or something like that. It's not a big event, but it's got charm. The scenery is incredible. To me, I had a blast. It was the perfect day out. And I look forward to getting out there next year. I want to do both days versus just one day. But I did win an award for, I don't think it's for best mustache. It's more like, a personality award. Okay, hold on. Let me grab a seat. All right. Yes, King of Shenanigans indeed. Thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for jumping in on this Saturday night. What do you guys got going on this weekend? Anybody riding anywhere special? If I was to ride anywhere, I gotta tell you, it can't be here. It got to get out of the heat. I posted a video today, and everybody's talking about how the trick is to just get out very early. And are you kidding? Are you crazy? I hate waking up in the morning. I am not a morning person. So, I'm not an overachiever. Now, occasionally I do. For the Tahoe Mountain Bike Fest, I got up bright and early, which for me, 6 o'clock was like, whew, that's early. And so I got up there early, and I realized, man, there's a lot more time in the day if you wake up early. But, yeah. They also say night riding is a trick in the heat. I do have all the night riding gear. I love night riding, but when it gets dark by it's not even dark until 9 something, man, that's a long night. So especially when you've got, live streams and everything else you got to do, like this guy right here. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Early in the morning. Steve says, riding early morning in Horse Gulch tomorrow. AM, 20-ish miles, rooftop, DJ party in downtown Durango tonight. Lucky dog. Frequent flyers riding in Sanguine. Sanguine. It's got to be Sanguine. That sounds more official than anything. That's right. Mountain Bike Q&A says, not a morning person here, and 79% humidity is not fun. Yeah, so it wouldn't even matter what time of day you rode, right? No matter what, it's going to suck. That's what I would think. With that amount of humidity, that's the one advantage we have out here is the heat is here, the humidity is not. So I'm pretty stoked on that. Look at that. Paul Shin jumped in, says suggestion for a ride to the 101.9 site and trim some bushes for me. No way. That's all fire road. That's boring. I remember that drive. If I got a gravel bike, that would certainly be a possibility. That's certainly a possibility. Zephyrlift open at North Star. Ooh. Can I tell you a story about North Star? I may have screwed up a possible relationship with North Star, and this is purely my fault, but also accidental. Because look what happens. I've got a full-time job too, so it's hard for me. Whenever I schedule calls with people, it's during a work day, and it's hard for me sometimes because something comes up or whatever else. I was supposed to have a call with a rep with North Star a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and it was scheduled. We had it on the books. And then, I just didn't make the call. I was caught up with something at work or whatever else, and I emailed her, later in the day, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Things just got away from me, and, I'd love to reschedule for tomorrow or whatever else. She did not reply. So I may have screwed that possibility up, but maybe I'll just go up there and just I thought that would be a cool relationship to have because I could shoot a bunch of bike park videos up there and stuff, and, that would be, mutually beneficial for both of us. But, I may have screwed that one up. I'll email her back. But I am talking with somebody from Mammoth, and there's a possibility I'll get out to Mammoth because I'd like to ride out there. I heard the downhill park's pretty fun out there as well. So there's possibilities on the horizon. The Calirado kid will be traveling around quite a bit this summer. Possibly to Mammoth. I know for sure. Wait, what's the date today? The 1st? Holy crap. So I'm going up to see, this is why I say Calirado kids coming to a town near you. One way or another, I will. All right. So in about a week, I'm heading up to Seattle. I'll be in Seattle for work for about a week. And then from there, I'm leaving on the 14th. I'm going to drive straight from Seattle up to Bellingham. I'm going to be hanging out in Bellingham at the Northwest Tune-Up event, which I think it's the second year they're doing it. And like this guy Forrest, who I met last time I was in Bellingham when I brought the Yeti in. Okay, this is a lot of terminology all at once, but if you guys know Bellingham, Washington, okay, it's up near the Canadian border. Oh, well, it's not on the Canadian border, but it's close. Anyways, West Coast. All right, now I've just lost my complete train of thought trying to break this all down. Look, the bottom line is this city is here, okay? And last time I was up there, I was riding the Yeti. I was riding a trail system called Galbraith, and right there is Transition HQ, Transition, the bike manufacturer. So my bike was being weird. So I took the bike into Transition HQ, brought it over, and they were like, yeah, let's see if we can figure this out. And what it was is ended up being the chainring was kind of screwed up. So they were trying to get that thing off, but it was not coming off. Like, so they spent 40 plus minutes on this bike trying to, like, they got 2 other poles strapped in to lever this thing off. Anyways, one of the guys I met there was Forrest, and now he's doing some of the promotion for the Northwest Tune-Up, which if you guys aren't familiar with it, can I bring up a webpage here? I bet you I can. Hold on, stand by. I'm basically as tech savvy as one is, you know? Stand by. Okay, so let's do a screen share. Boom, like this. Okay, so Northwest Tune-Up. So this is coming up, and I'm going to be heading up there. So they're going to do like 3 days or 2 days of concerts. And there's going to be bike races, enduro races, pump tracks, all right down by the water. Well, it's kind of the water-ish. It's the waterfront property. I have been there. When I was in Bellingham, I did visit this area. And so this is going to be a pretty damn cool event. There's a lot of people involved with it. And I wasn't originally going to be able to make it, but it turns out that this work trip popped up right around the same time. So the plan is to go up here to the Northwest Tune-Up. I know there's going to be a bunch of people up there. I know Josh lives up there, so I hit up Josh from Daily MTB Rider, so I'm going to try and get a ride in and hang out with him. I know he's running the Enduro on Saturday. I'm pretty certain of that. I know Seabass is going up there because he's going up to Whistler for Crankworks. Look, I'm just giving you guys all the secrets right now. But I'm going to be heading up to Bellingham, so that's going to happen pretty soon. So that's July 14th through the 16th, and I'm pretty stoked on that. I don't know you guys can look this up. They're doing bike demos, they're doing events, they're doing all this stuff. Bike races, clinics, yeah, they're doing enduro. I have actually honestly considered doing this enduro. The problem is I'll be up there for work and I will not have my bike, which means I need to borrow a bike. And so I've reached out to Transition and they have not responded back yet. So that would be the ideal scenario, is just to rock a Transition for a couple days while I'm up there. They're an incredible bike company. Their bikes are amazing. And that would be great because then I don't have to worry about it. I can't haul my bike up. It's just too much. There's too much going on. But if not, I'll talk to somebody at the show and see if I can lock down a demo or something. I'll figure it out. What the hell's going on with my hair? It keeps getting in my face. All right, sorry. All right, just catching up on chat. Anyway, so that's going to be going on. That is the next event. The Calirado Kid will be coming up north, up to Washington, as my dad says. For whatever reason, he adds an R. Does anybody else add, like, why do they add an R? Like Warsh? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand what's going on there. Okay, anyway, sorry, we're catching up. Heading to Bend for riding this weekend. I heard there's some good riding up in Oregon, especially in the Bend area. Do you prefer Bend over... okay, sorry. I didn't know another Oregon town. Eugene. Yeah, okay. Let me tell the joke again. Do you prefer Bend over Eugene? 'Cause it's... Okay, yeah. David says, I was out at Granite Bay before 7 a.m. It was still blistering by the end of the ride. Yeah, no kidding, David. I had to shoot a video for Stan's today, and I was in the garage doing it, and I was just sweating bullets. And it was like 9 a.m. or something, 9:30. So, like, if I look sweaty in that video, you'll know why. So now, like, all those videos that I shoot in the garage are going to have to be done, like, late in the night or something like that. Nevada City at night does sound like a blast. Nevada City Kiddo is in here. Good to see you, buddy. All right, we're catching up on chat. Where do you work? So, I work in broadcast engineering, so I work for a cluster of radio stations in Sacramento. My job has been for a long time, just like, I guess the best way I could describe it is building radio stations and maintaining radio stations. Any kid in here is not going to know what a radio station is. Okay, imagine if you had like Spotify and you opened it, except we do that like with a lot of really expensive equipment and we just blast it over the air for free. Okay, is that like, it's like magic basically for you kids. in here. But yeah, I've got a good aptitude for audio equipment and podcasting and things like that. That's kind of my specialty. That's like a broad part of it, but there it is. Thank you for the question, Graham. Thanks for jumping in. Graham, is this the same Graham I hung out with the other day in Tahoe, or is this a different Graham? Okay, sorry. What's your favorite all-around full suspension MTB? Like, again, I don't have the slew of knowledge for full suspension mountain bikes that you guys probably do. Some of you guys in chat, some other content creators. Like, I know the bikes that I've ridden, and all of them have been good. So right now, the Revel Rascal is tremendous. Like, it's fantastic for our area. But I also rode, I've ridden, obviously, the Yeti SB55. I've ridden a couple of different e-bikes, like the Santa Cruz Bullet and the Heckler. I've ridden those. What else did I ride? Santa Cruz Levo SL. I rode Seabass's the other day when we were in Nevada City. That thing was a blast. Okay, stand by. There was another one that I rode thanks to Spartan Rides out in Arizona. If you're ever in Arizona, Spartan Rides is an incredible bike shop, by the way. Spartan Rides. I shot a video there once that's just got millions and millions of views across multiple platforms. But they let me borrow a, Steve's going to know. What was it? God, it was the Forbidden Druid. I rode the Forbidden Druid, the high pivot Druid. That thing was a maniac too. And I rode the Forrestal, the Sear, I forgot how you pronounce it. Anyways, that was another rad bike. So like, man, there's just too much good stuff out there these days. Can I tell you guys an idea I had for a bike, and tell me if you think, okay, wait, I got to unveil this thing. Before I can talk about this next thing. So should we do it? Let me catch up on chat, and then I'm going to show you guys what I got in the box. What's in the box? Okay, I know. Steve's making it rain like a strip club. 100% right. Steve's keeping me afloat with this whole adventure, you know? Like, you guys know how much money I make on YouTube from these shorts? Not a lot. Like, not a lot at all. And that's fine. Like, it's the only platform that pays me. So, like, think about this for a second. Like, okay, so, like, YouTube pays me a few pennies for shorts and stuff, despite the fact, like, if you get a million views, it's probably, like, if I had to extrapolation, maybe $50, maybe. So like, you know, those sorts of things. Anyways, like there's only a few ways that I make money at this. One, working with brands, which has been the best way to do it. And then like Worldwide Cycler affiliate link that I have, that I like them. So that's really the only affiliate thing I do, because like I'm happy to promote them because Jeff and Jared and the crew are so cool. And then the gloves. Like selling the gloves has been the first thing that actually brought in a decent amount of revenue for me on the other side of things. Other than that, it's like just I never really ask anybody for anything. It's mostly just me trying to handle it in the background with brand deals and stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, so that's what Steve's dropping dollars like that. He's paying for my gas right now. Calirado Kid, where do you work to get those nice bikes? The trick is to spend years and years developing your content to the point where companies send you bikes, and then you're off to the races. Okay. Yeah, okay, so so many good bikes. I know, it's just insane. Thunder Mountain bikes in Sedona. That Druid was quite nice. Now, here's one thing I'll say about Thunder Mountain. I messaged them prior to going out to Sedona, and this isn't like a bad talk about them at all, but like I messaged them on Instagram, like, hey, I'm coming out there. Like, do you think you could set me up with something? Because I was going, I don't remember. This might have been prior to Spartan Rides being like, yeah, we got you. And Spartan Rides brought the bike up for me and everything. They're so rad. But Thunder Mountain just never responded on Instagram, which is probably like something that a lot of businesses just don't have a like steady presence on social media. To me, like that's how I reach out a lot of the times, because it seems easier to me to like, hey, there's this business, let me just send them a message. So not everybody has social media people looking at it. Not everybody's social media savvy. So it's like, I don't think they even ever saw my message. I should have just called them. But like, you know, like to me, like it's just a casual, like, hey, just I'm coming to town. Is that something that maybe you could hook me up with the bikes for 2 days or whatever? But like, again, not everybody has social media presence. And I've noticed that with working with brands too, when you've got like people that manage their social media, like they're hired to manage a company's social media, they clock out. Like they're 9 to 5. That's their job. Like it's not like what I'm doing. It's not like what Jess is doing. It's not like what Outside Brendan's doing, where we live and breathe it. Like I'm always on it. And that's because like there's always somebody to talk to. It's pretty interesting. I was talking to Dangerous Dave the other day, and we were talking about like Instagram messages. And anybody that's in here knows that I'm pretty like up to date with my Instagram messages. For whatever reason, I find time to like hang out and talk with people on Instagram. Anyways, some weird stuff has come of that, and it's all been good. Like, so recently I was talking to a guy, he was stoked on the videos, and I was like, we were talking back and forth. He's like, hey, by the way, like I run a company called Miami Fruit. I was like, what is that? I checked it out. They have like 500,000 followers on IG or something. And he's like, I'd love to send you a fruit box. I was like, what? I looked it up. It was incredible. Like, he overnighted this box full of like mangoes and dragon fruit and cacao pods and like just all kinds of stuff that I was like, dude, we put it in the kitchen, opened the whole thing up, and just demolished half of it in an instant like this. So you just never know what's going to happen when you're talking to people. And it was so cool. It was like this great little interaction. And just, I love little stories like that. It was so cool to me. It's so cool to me. Trail Monster, $2. Thank you so much. Says, take your dollar. Yeah, I'll take my $2. Thank you guys. Would you go to New Zealand to ride? 100% I'd love to go to New Zealand. I definitely want to do that. I don't know if you guys heard on the last live stream, but the Calirado Kid's going to Spain in October. So think about like, I'm going out to Washington in about 2 weeks or so. Yeah, right? Like something like that. Math isn't my strong suit. And then in October, we're going to Spain to go ride the High Pyrenees stuff, which is going to be monster rides, which is one of the reasons why I've been working out, getting in shape and all that stuff. I want to go out there. If I'm riding with the old BKC, who's a fitness guru, I'm not trying to get shown up by that guy, right? I don't want to see him showing off his abs to everybody. Look, I got to have at least an ab while I go out there, so when we take our shirts off, like I don't look completely embarrassed next to him. But we're doing that in October, and so there's a couple trips. There's a possibility of going out to Mammoth and riding out there, and there's a couple other things. So, man, the year is filling up already. The year is filling up. There's stuff I want to do, and I got to do a Downeyville trip for sure. I'd love to organize some sort of Downeyville group ride of some sort, but I don't know that I could be responsible for people. Everybody says they want me to do a group ride. I'm not sure that people would show up if I announced it. Like, how do you guys hear about these live streams? Do you guys find out when I post them on Instagram, or do you see when they show up when I make the thumbnail and stuff and put it in YouTube? Like, how are you guys finding out about these live streams? I like to think, like, I see thousands of people see my stories and stuff, but I don't know, like, how people actually get their information. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if it always crosses over. Let me grab a drink of water. Stand by. I wanted to come out here and make margaritas, but it'd be just too involved. Just be too involved. Okay, so Trail Monster's seen it on YouTube. Are you guys getting notifications? Because I'm just kind of curious. Like to me, I always promote this on Instagram, thinking like, hey man, Instagram people are just going to come over here because they want to. And no, they don't. I don't think they do. I don't think that's really how it works. David sees it on IG. So that's the funny thing, because like I talk about the idea of organizing a group ride. My thought is, I would post it on an Instagram story and say, hey guys, like I'm doing a group ride in a week or whatever. I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of people just wouldn't see that. And so like, it's so hard to organize something, and like, it's just a lot of effort and like a lot of work to put stuff together that like, if people don't do it, like I could have been making something, you know? I do have the idea though, if we did a group ride, I've got some group ride videos that I want to film, like a couple like concepts on like group ride dynamics that I'd like to film. So maybe like we get some people together, we go ride, and then anybody wants to stick around and help me film something afterwards and just deal with that, then they can, sort of thing, and be kind of background. I won't give you money. I'm not going to pay you anything, but you could be in background actors or something like that. We'll figure that out. We'll figure it all out. Look, we'll do the math. We'll count the numbers. We'll figure this out one day. But yeah, okay, so stand by. I find your live streams on YouTube notified. Yeah, so I do, like, again, it's funny, like, how many thousands of people see that I post that there's going to be a live stream, and then, like, you know, we don't have a ton of people. Like, so it's like they're going in on YouTube and all that stuff, but it's like I'm always curious on where things are jumping in, how people are coming in. Look at it, Active Life 2.0, John jumping in and said, look at YouTube way more than Instagram. Yeah, so again, like, that's the hard part. If I posted something about a group ride, where do I post it? Do I post it everywhere? Post it as a YouTube, like, community tab. Again, those get very little views, I'm pretty sure. So I always have to figure out, like, how do I reach you guys to let you know that something cool is happening? It's hard. Like, and maybe it's like a situation where I got to be like, hey, like, if you're interested in this, share it so your other people can see it. I don't know how it works. I wish it was, like, easier. Just, like, know that, like, if I put something out, you guys would see it. But it's like, it just, I don't know who's where. It's tricky. Yeah, it's definitely tricky. I do like the idea of a group ride, though, 100%. Okay, stand by. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, see, I don't even have instances found Harpy. Yeah, so you never know. You never know. See, Jay says he sees it on Insta Stories, sometimes IG, mostly YouTube. Okay, so maybe it's partially my mistake because I tend to slack. Like, I'm very last minute. So, like, sometimes I'll, like, you know what? Let's do a live stream tomorrow. And then I make the thumbnail so you guys got no time to plan for it. You know what I mean? So it's something that maybe I need to, like, get a week ahead of it and just start planning them ahead of time. Because sometimes it's just like, oh, you know what? I got nothing going on Saturday. Let's do a live stream. So It's very last minute sometimes. I post it up so you guys might not, you know, get the notification you need and other people. So these are all things that I need the information so I can figure the best way to do all this stuff. Okay, we're getting distracted, aren't we? Sorry, I'm glad we could speak on these things. And just like that, we're already almost 45 minutes into a live stream. Good God, man, where does the time go? Who else could do this? Nobody. Brian babies out after an hour. He's like, my voice is sore. Don't tell him I said that, please. Okay, all right. So we've got a box back here, and I feel like it's time to find out what's in the box. Let's jump into it. All right, stand by. Hold on. By the way, side note, any guesses? Okay, yeah, before we jump in, any guesses on what's in that box back there? Did you guys see this? Yeah. Look at this. Look at this plaque. It matches my shirt, actually. What if I just put this on my shirt? Do you think anybody would notice? Like if I was just walking around like this? It's crazy enough to work. Look at that. We did it. We did it, everybody. 100,000. What's in the box? Are you guys making guesses real quick before I go back there? I can't show you the box because there's a giant logo on it. It'll give it away. I spent a lot of time angling that box perfectly so that you couldn't see what it was. But yeah, I'm going to unveil it for you guys right now. What helmet do I use? Right now it's a Giro helmet. Very good. It's I forget the model, but it's pretty obvious. If you look at the videos, you'll be able to see it. But it definitely should go on your shirt. Yes. Okay. What's in the box? Anybody got any guesses? By the way, that first box. Hold on. Stand by. Oh, that's not part of it. That's not part of it. Hold on. I got nowhere to put anything. I got sound equipment everywhere. Okay. So this first box is not part of it, but what it is like just tons and tons of stand sealant. Like so. This is good. This is good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's just, okay, everything, no, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's good. No! Oh my God. Ah! Hello! Wait, somebody screenshot this. Steve, are you on it right now? Steve, I want you to screenshot this. Wait, hold on. No, wait, that's got to be better. The lighting's bad. Hold on. Stand by. Steve, I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll just assume he got it. Okay, now I don't know what to do with all this stuff. I got darts in here. Oh no! Jesus, it's just, all right, let me just get organized. I had to tell my wife, look, I walked into the bedroom today and I said, look, the floor in the garage might be sticky and it might be my fault. That's what I told that to her today. Yeah, and it's because I poured stand sealant all over the place. I think the video is going to be funny, but we'll see. Time will tell, right? It's all perspective. Okay, what else we got? Anybody make any guesses? 1,280 ounce tube of chamois butter. That would be amazing. A jack, no. 55-gallon drum, a chain lube. That would be incredible. Wheels says 406 outdoors. He's making a guess. It's wheels. It's a dick beard in a box. Thanks, Jay. Box is kind of like wheels or something. I'm probably way off though. Are you found, Harpy? Are you? Okay, let's see what we got. Flats forever. Okay, the guesses are in. Let's just bring it on. It's going to be obvious. Look, as soon as I turn this box, you're going to know what it is. And I think it's pretty rad. Okay, stand by. Hold on. Let me just walk over here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I didn't wire up my second mic today. I didn't think it was necessary, but it's fine. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? Yeah, that's pretty cool. But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool! All right, so the people that guessed wheels, you're 100% correct. It is a new set of wheels from Bird, and you guys know Bird, and I've got to open these because I legit have not opened this box yet, and I don't know what's in here. I kind of do, and I'm really actually kind of crossing my fingers that I ordered the right thing. So check this out. Stand by. All right, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna unbox live on the stream. I'm not trying not to damage anything in here. I haven't opened this. Okay. But there's a possibility this is going to be incredible. So stand by. You guys, are you guys familiar with Bird wheels? And I guess these spokes, they started with spokes, they're doing wheels, and they're doing hubs and stuff now. Hold on. Okay. Look at this cord. Wait, you guys want to play? Somebody should be here to play jump rope with me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so my understanding is these are to be some of the lightest wheels you could get your hands on. So stand by. Hold on. And I could tell because when I picked up the box, they were mighty light. Like, mighty light. Okay, look at this thing. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Look at this. Okay, hold on. We're getting it out. Stand by. Like, this is crazy light. Are you guys familiar with Bird? Look at this. So these spokes are not metal. They're how would you describe what they're God, the material they're made of. Look at that. Okay, stand by. I brought up their website and I had it up here earlier. Let me just do this real quick because I'm gonna want to screw anything up here. This is one thing I'm good at, is screwing stuff up. But okay, so I'm scrolling down. Okay, here we go. Let me screen share it like that. Boom, like this. Okay, so these are the Hawk 30s, these carbon wheels. Okay, and look at this thing. Okay, and you can see what I want is like the right terminology for what the spokes are made of, and it's not like a fabric, right? It's like, what do you call it? Damn it! Somebody correct me. Like, are they nylon? They're not shoelaces. Yeah, nylon. Okay, there you go. All right. I was hoping for like that term to be somewhere right on the front and center, but I can't tell you. But here's the one thing that's really cool, and they were talking about some of the innovations they've done with these wheels. Originally, when they had developed this tech, basically what you had to do is on the hubs, you drill out holes to fit these through. But now what they've done is on the hub itself, if you can look closely, they actually just hook on there now. So they hook around, and that's one of the things they've changed, is my understanding on these. And so it's a lot easier to do the install on this stuff. So these wheels are just freaking light. My God. Anyways, a new wheel set from Bird, originally known for spokes. They're doing hubs now. These are the Talon hubs. And they're doing this new setup where essentially they hook into the hubs instead of having to drill in and do all that stuff, is my understanding. I'll go more in depth with this when I start making some content with it. But these are the Hawk 30s. And this is pretty rad, dude. Like, I'm actually pretty stoked on this. I've come to the realization, though, I did not get new tires yet, so I need to like get ahead of the game here and start doing that. Spider spokes. Yeah, exactly. But you guys can see, like, pretty cool. Wait, why am I showing you pictures of the wheels when I got the wheels right here? What a dummy. Anyways. Yeah, so there's center lock hubs now. Instant engagement. Yeah, anyways, well, these are the 52 tooth, by the way. I was consulting a couple friends on that. Hold on. Where's the other one? Okay, stand by. Stand by. Everything's fine. Everything's under control. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. It's basically the same thing. I don't know why I bothered doing that. Okay, sorry. Okay, there it is. So I would love to like spin these. I got the 52 tooth. I had to consult outside Brendan and normal mountain biker, and I was like, what do I get here? And I think the general consensus is that the more engagement, the better. So I figured I'd get engaged on this whole process. Disc brake type, center lock, yellow tubeless ready. Yeah, we know this stuff. I was trying to find like some actual. Oh, there's the spoke lengths and all that stuff. Anyways, really cool stuff. So expect to see some content on this, and I'm going to be throwing these on the Revel, and I'm excited to try them out. I've heard some pretty amazing things on these. So I'm pretty stoked to give these a go. The Bird wheel set and spokes and all that stuff. So that's pretty impressive. I thought, now let me get back to my original story here, because I didn't want to spoil the wheels. But here's a story, and banjo strings, exactly. Let me grab a drink of water, and then we're going to bring this all together. We're going to bring it all together. Hold on. It's like a spider web for your bike. Okay, my thought was, check this out. So you guys know that right now, I am on a Revel Rascal, okay? And I really love that orange, okay? To me, like, that orange is probably the perfect color for a bike. I like it a lot. Now, what Revel did is they announced this limited edition blue, this icy blue, that you could only get at dealers. I thought that was pretty interesting. This is what it looks like. This icy blue. Look at this color. Look at this color. Okay, I really like this blue here. I really like this blue. Now, one thing that I noticed is look at the blue and look at the white. And tell me that color with white spokes wouldn't look absolutely sick. Sick! That's just a thought. This is just a thought I had. Now, it wasn't until this moment that the Calirado kid has thought of doing like a custom build. Like, imagine that blue with white spokes, and then you just trick out all the Fox logos. You go to Stickered, Richard from Stickered, and have him do like a bunch of custom like stickers to match that color scheme. We're talking like, dude, like this is the only time, this moment now, that I have actually thought about customizing a bike as a color scheme. Because like from here on ever, like despite how boisterous and adventurous I am and all this stuff, I've always just thought like, just give me black, like black wheels, black pedals, black handles, grips. I don't care, like just whatever. For how like, and you know what it is? You know what it stems from is I'm pretty sure that it stems from years of playing video games. I mean, I told the story like when back in the day, like they introduced like character creation screens where you could make your own character, and that was so cool. Like at the time, that was so cool. You're like, oh man, I could give him a beard. I can give him a scar right here or right here, or I could give him like a face cross scar and make him look sick. So like we would just do that in like Mass Effect and other games. We'd be like making characters in Skyrim or whatever else, like just spend an hour, 2 hours creating a character. And then as the years gone by and then more and more games kept adding character creation screens, boy, oh boy, did it wear thin real fast. And then you're just like default character. Let me just play the goddamn game. You know what I mean? Anyways, I think that's been my approach to everything. Like, it's just like, I don't care. Like the bike, give me the bike. I'll just ride the bike. I don't care what it looks like. That's what it is. It's 100% what it is. But now I see that. I see this blue. And I think to myself, boy, white spokes on that bike, like some bird spokes on that bike. Oh, I don't know, man. It's got me thinking. Just think about it for a second. You guys thinking about it? Just think about it. So I text Adam, the CEO of Revel, like I do. And he was in Switzerland. He just got back from Switzerland. I was like, hey, could you do that blue on like a rail, like the longer travel, like Revel? Revel? Yeah, the longer travel Revel. And he gave me some technical jargon as to why he probably couldn't. Damn it, Adam! But right now, there's only limited editions of that rascal. That blue is sick. That orange is so good. Like, but think about it. Have you got it in your head now? With the whites? You know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a good looking blue, isn't it? Oscar, hey, you take it easy. Oscar keeps giving me crap about not making long form videos, but he keeps missing my live streams. Oscar, you make 2 consecutive live streams, and then I'll make a long-form video, all right? You better watch it. I love it. Oscar keeps me honest. I always tell him, like, because I always say in the live streams, like, I'm going to make some long-form videos. I swear to God, I meant to go out and shoot a long-form in Nevada City the other day. It started raining. It screwed everything up. Like, it was just like, man, everything's been against me. Time is of the essence. I legit, like, I need the time. I'm hoping to cut tomorrow, go out tomorrow and film a ton of stuff, but we're going to see. It's just going to be, it's just massively hot out. So I got to travel somewhere where it's not as hot. Okay. John says, yeah, but it would be so beautiful you couldn't ride it. No way. I'll beat the hell out of that thing. I don't care. But it would look sick. That's like the only thing, like, I've never really wanted to do a custom bike, but now I'm thinking about it. All right. Just a thought. Just a thought. Again, just to be clear, I am the award-winning Calirado kid. So, I mean, like, basically I got so many awards in this studio now that it's like overwhelming. I don't even know what to do with them anymore. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. What do you guys think about all that? I know, Oscar, I'm just giving you crap. Yes. Okay, look. So I know. I actually thought about doing a series. Like, one of the things I've been watching is like, so there's some stuff on YouTube where this guy, Alex, who's like a French chef, goes and he just travels, or he'll do a series. He'll be like, all right, I'm going to just do a bunch of episodes on perfecting ramen. And he'll go talk to head like noodle makers, and then he'll go to like head chefs at the most prestigious ramen shops. And each one will be an individual episode on an element of the ramen. So it's like each component of the ramen is broken down to its like greatest description. And then that'll be an episode on the noodles, and an episode on the broth, and an episode like, And I thought that would be interesting to like talk to people about bikes and do something similar and just be like, hey, you know, go to different manufacturers and just learn the science of the parts. But then I realized, like, because I could, like, on my end, I could use that knowledge. But, like, you know what I mean? But more importantly, there's probably a fun way to spin that to make it interesting. I thought that'd be a cool series. I don't know, like traveling around. It doesn't have to be about the bike specifically, but it could be maybe about the industry or something like that. I thought that'd be kind of fun. There's a lot of planning involved. And if it's one thing I hate, it's planning. I got to tell you that right now. I'm just horrible with it. And the problem is everybody wants me to plan everything lately, and it's killing me. Because what I want is somebody to go like, hey, like, and this happens, like, this is what the benefit of the Spain trip is with Basque MTB. They do everything. You know, you just show up and you just go ride and that's it. They're like, oh, that's the best thing. You just show up and they take care of it. Just like Chasing Epic. They run great group trips, and Steve knows that's where I met Steve and John. We hung out there, which is funny because we live next to each other as it is. But like they just take care of everything. So you show up, I don't have to plan anything. When I got to plan stuff, oh man, it just sucks. It sucks. I hate it. So anyways, I got sidetracked, but that's all. That's my point. That's my point. All right, Blue Steel. Yeah, that would be amazing. Like imagine the marketing campaign behind it right now, or you know, it's the blue bike, and it's just like, you know, really what I imagine is like me in the background like this. You know what I mean? Like just Blue Steeling it up. And then their sales just plummeting. That's my logical conclusion as to what would happen if I was to get that blue bike. But that would be sick. That would be sick. Now, for the Spain trip, I'm actually going to borrow an Orbea because, like, I just can't haul the bike out. The plan is to, like, go do the riding, and then the following week, I'm going to have the family come out. We're going to go hang out in Barcelona and stuff. That's the plan. So I just don't want to haul a bike bag around Spain. It would just be too much of a hassle. So the organizers behind Basque MTB, they said, hey, we got an Orbea, so we could just rock that. I was like, all right, cool. It's like, that's going to be fun. Like, I've been pretty capable on every bike, but I'm like a little bummed because, like, I'd love to take the Rascal out there and just let it play, man, because I feel really confident on that bike. But it is what it is. I'll be just fine, okay? But if I crash, we're definitely going to blame it on Orbea, you know, 100% all the way. 100% all the way. Don't need a plan. Just let it ride. That's right. Yeah, coming from a true fisherman. That's right. RC, man. Can I tell you a story, RC? All right, so there's right now the lake, Folsom Lake, is very high. We got a lot of snow. We got a lot of rain this year. And so Folsom Lake is very high. What happens is it fills in these little coves. And those coves get full of carp. You can see them. Like, if you're just slightly above the water, you can see just carp everywhere. They're jumping out of the water. They're hanging out in the water, all this stuff. I was like, you know what? I've never tried this. Let's go for it. So I got the kids together. I went and got some carp bait from the shop, right? From the fisherman's shop down the street. Go down there. We do about a mile hike in to get to the cove. We bring swimsuits just in case so we can go swimming too. Throw them out. Boom. We got the bait. I could see the carp, so I throw the line right at them, you know. Boom. Little weight, little bait. Boom. Right in front of them. Not a bite, RC. Not a bite. This is why I can't stand fishing sometimes. And I used to really like it, but I'm like, man, I could have been doing something so much better with my time. It's like, I got to make a video like if mountain biking was like fishing. It's going to be comedy gold. I've got it on my notes. It's on my list, along with if mountain biking was like golfing. But boy, oh boy, it's just like, hey, you guys ready to gonna ride some downhill? Like, no. Oh, all right, fair enough. All right, fair enough. Come to Durango with me and Steve. When are you guys going? Mm-hmm. That'd be rad. Oscar says, I'm currently in Coeur d'Alene, and I'll get to ride, return to Cinder John. I can't pronounce anything. I'll work on it. Hope you aren't lactose intolerant in Idaho. Oh my God. Oh man. What's the over-under on Joe going over 2 hours? No way. I'm tired, man. It's hot out today. I've been screwing around in the garage filming and stuff, but I wanted to show off the wheel sets. I wanted to come in and say hi. There was some other stuff I'm going to talk about. Don't worry, everything's going to be fine, but you guys got to give me topics here too, because I can ramble. I can 100% ramble. David, thank you so much, brother. $4.99 donation. Didn't even say anything. David's been talking in chat anyways, though. I love how I randomly ran into David one time on a trail. That's so great. Like, isn't that the funniest thing? Like, I ended up running into people all the time now, and it's the coolest. Like, we just end up talking nonstop. It's the best. Do you actually live in Colorado, like in Boulder? No, Hosea. So the story is I grew up in California, And for a time, I lived out in Denver, so about 2 years. And during that time, my son was born. So the name Calirado Kid comes from that. Like for a little while, we joked around that our son's name was Calirado Kid. And so years later, when I started the channel, like that was always something that was in my head. It was just perfect. So I'm now back in California. All our family's here, so it makes a lot of sense for the 2 kids that we have, like having the grandparents nearby and having family by. It's just the best. So I'm in California again, but I try to make it back to Colorado. I got to get back out there. The last time I went out and rode was with RC. It was the Calirado Kids' grand return to Colorado, and I got to get back out there. I love Colorado so much. It's one of my favorite places on the planet. Okay. Wait, John doesn't live in Durango. He lives here. Oh, he's coming to Durango next week. Gonna ride 3 days straight and enjoy the nightlife. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Fair enough. Wait, will there be beer or whiskey? It's Coeur d'Alene. Okay, gotcha. All right, fair enough. It's in Idaho. Why was I pronouncing like a French town? What am I? Fair enough. All right, fair enough. We're making sense of it all. Look, there's some bike park seasons upon us. I know a lot of people are making their way to Whistler now. I know Crankworks is about to happen. I know North Star is open, although not all the trails up in North Star are active at the moment. Big Bear is open, so we're in full summer mode right now, and there's tons of riding to be had, tons of adventures going on, and I'm definitely going to be doing some traveling. Like I said, I'm going to be up in Washington, up in Galbraith hanging out. Is anybody else up in that area? I'm trying to get like Dangerous Dave and Van Can to come down and hang out too. I like riding with those guys because Dangerous Dave's like the nicest guy. Nick's the nicest guy, and those guys are just so good on their bikes. You just sit back and watch them in awe. And they're insane. They're just insane on the bikes. Wait, what are you guys texting me for? Wait, what? I saw Jay text. Oh, yeah, perfect. You guys both got it. Jay and Steve both got a screenshot of that. Excellent. I'm going to send that to Stans. They're going to appreciate it. I wish I could show you this behind-the-scenes footage of what I was shooting today in the garage, but it got messy. Let's just say that. It just got messy. Okay? That's all I can say. Yes, I know. It's true. Okay, what else do we... Wait, hold on. So, like, first of all... I got to buy new tires then. And so what I have been rocking is the Cryptotals. I'm still not sure if I'm pronouncing any of that right, but Continental sit those tires over. And I don't want to swap the tires off of the current wheel set. So I've got to buy new tires. And I think I've got to go Continental. Despite the fact that they were very hard to install, man, they're grippy. They are grippy. And I might be a convert. Does anybody else run the Continental tires? I got to tell you, they're good. They're mighty good. You know what I mean? So I'm probably going to end up going Continental for this. And those are going to be going on the Rascal, which means I can keep the old wheel set in place. And then I did a vote recently on social media about which brakes I should go with. Now on the Yeti, I've got the Hayes Dominion A4s. Those are punchy. Those are good brakes. But I was like, should I try something different on the new bike? Should I leave the Hayes brakes set up on the Yeti? Or should I take them off, put them on the Revel? Or should I go, I was thinking like a lot of votes for TRP. Now, the TRP Evos look punchy. They look awesome. They could look really classy on the bike. These are all the things I'm thinking about. Do you guys have any preference? I know Jay talked me into the Hayes, and like they were a win. They were great. Just a thought. I'm getting a little general consensus on brakes here because I need something a little bit punchier than the Cerami brakes. There's no stopping the kid. I know. Oh, there he is. Richie Rich. He's in here. Semi-Cindy is jumping in here real quick. Look at him go. I got to get over to the East Coast and do some riding. It sounds like there's a lot of stuff over there, and I've never really explored the East Coast much. I've been to New York. I've been to Washington, D.C. I've been to Florida. I've been to these places, but I never felt like I spent time on the real East Coast, you know, like where it's like, humid, just, I don't know what I'm thinking, like Maine? Do I go to Maine? I got to go somewhere, like there's got to be good riding out on the East Coast. I got to make it out to Bentonville at some point. I do really want to plan on coming out to the Bentonville Bike Fest next year. It didn't work this year, but it seemed like a lot of fun. There's so many people out there that it'd be worth just hanging out and talking with them. But the problem is, as you guys know, like there's only so many festivals you can go to. Like festivals are festivals, and it's like definitely can help you get burnt out a little bit. And as a side note, did you guys see that the Sedona Mountain Bike Festival put out a vote? They put it out in an email as to when and how to change the dates of the Sedona Mountain Bike Festival. I thought that was interesting. Like, obviously, the last couple of years have not been kind to them. Their event's so rad. Like, I love it so much. But, man, the weather has just not been kind to them. And you can just never account for the weather. Like, it rained at dirt days this year. Like, I'm pretty sure it rained There was another event that happened recently at Sky Park through a party, and it rained there. Like you just get unlucky with the weather. And so it's like, I know they're planning on changing the Sedona Mountain Bike Fest, I think to November is what they said in the long term, which the one that I went to in November, the weather was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. So maybe, hopefully, that's advantageous in the long run for them. At the end of the day, that festival is incredible. The organization of it is really well done. They did an after party this year that was just stupendous. It was really fun. Like, everything about that place is so cool to me. But man, it sucks. If you guys have ever tried to organize an event and it's outdoors and it's just a 50-50 gamble, man, like if the weather's bad, it's like, just the worst. And there's nothing you could do about it. So I don't know. Interesting. Okay, so Bikes I'm still says Hayes 100%. Love my TRP DH Evos says Geoff. And yes, I'm pronouncing it Geoff. Geoff. That's not Jeff, that's Geoff. Okay, let's just get it out of the way. TRP Downhill Evos, got them on 2 bikes. TRP Downhills for the win, says John as well. Let's see. Okay, so TRPs are good, but Hayes are actually, wow. I know, okay. Ask BKC about Vietnam trails in Massachusetts. Okay, I will do this. Oh, man, yes. No on Magura. Yeah, I put that up there as a vote. Magura actually responded. That was pretty funny. I've ridden Maguras on, I think they were on the Forestall that I had, and they were punchy as hell. So they were good. I heard they might be a little trickier to maintain. Is that true? I don't know. But they're a great brand too. Yeah, Sedona in November could be flawless, RC. I missed you this year. And it was a bummer because Rich came out this year and it was just like, but I think like I was a convert for Rich. I told him for like maybe 2 years, I was like, Rich from the Semi-Sendy channel, I'm like, look, you got to get out to Sedona. It's 100% worth it. And of course, this year was just like, we could barely ride and all that stuff. But we got down and we rode the Hawes Trail System. We got to go ride one of the other days. Like, we got some decent riding in. It was really fun. But the event itself is just so cool. I'm glad he made it out. There's probably a lot more involved. I don't know how long that is for him versus me, but it's definitely a little bit longer. Yeah, still had a damn good time, says Rich. It was so fun. If you come to Idaho, you should go to Silver Mountain Bike Park, says Cannon Rides Trails. You know what? Idaho's never been on my like list of things to ever see in the world, ever. But now I keep hearing more and more about Idaho. So apparently I might be visiting Idaho at some point in the future. Like, if you were to ask me a year ago, I'd be like, no way I'm going to Idaho, ever. But now I've had a bunch of people telling me about Idaho. I think Seabass from the Normal Mountain Bike channel was telling me about Idaho too. All right, it's on the list. Okay, it's on the list. Idaho is officially on the Calirado Kids must-ride list. Okay, death grips are the best grips. You know what? I gotta go with my friend Trail One Grips. It's got to be the only grips that I rock. You know, Brian started a company selling handlebars, grips. They just announced their pedals. Did you guys see this? Trail One just announced their composite pedals, flat pedals. So Trail One is cool because, one, my buddy Brian helped start the company with Jeff from Worldwide Cyclery and another partner. And it's a dollar of every sale goes to local trail orgs. So like, depending on what the part is named, you know, $1 will go towards, like, say if it's for Rockville Bike Park, or it's not a bike park, but if it goes towards Rockville or goes to whatever local trail organizations. So like, to me, like, that's somebody I've known forever, and they started a company. Like, I'll just support the hell out of them as much as I can. I don't ever need to be sponsored by them or anything like that. It's just like, man, I love seeing Brian like live his dream, and so I'm happy to support it. So Trail One, anything is for me. You know, that's a glowing endorsement. I will say all of it's been great. So it's like, but it's cool to watch. It's cool to see, and that's one of the reasons why I got into mountain biking, and also one of the reasons why I got into content creation is that guy right there. So it's like, I don't owe him anything, but it's like, dude, happy to support any way I can. So it's good. We did a video not that long ago where basically I wanted it to, like, we had talked about featuring a Trail One product at some point in one of my videos, and I wasn't quite sure what that would be because they're always in the videos. They're always here and there. But we did the one where I wanted to do one where I was just kept trimming the handlebars shorter and shorter until they were like just like this, you know? And so I had to message Brian. I was like, hey, Brian, do you have any like old handlebars that I could borrow, like, or that I could take and just screw up? Because I didn't want to like mess up a nice brand new pair. Like, that's kind of screwed up. And so he's like, you know what? I do. I have one beat up, like, kind of whatever prototype thing. Is like, okay, cool. So he brought it over, dropped it on my house. I wasn't even there. He just dropped it at the front door, and I got it later. But those are the handlebars are the ones. So they were beat up. They were a beat up pair of handlebars. And it's true what they say. ladies and gentlemen, it is true 100% what they say, and I will caution you against this, despite the fact that you already probably know, and I'm just stupid enough not to listen. Trimming carbon handlebars without some sort of face mask is a terrible idea. Just a terrible idea. Now, I got over 1 million views on that video, so it was worth it maybe, but like, I trimmed those bars, and I had to get really close to the bars to like pull this off. Okay, let me see if I can screen share this. Stand by. Let's just bring this up because I just want to give you guys a frame of reference here. All right, stand by. Let me just go search for. Wait, how do I go home? Calirado kid. Okay, hold on. We're gonna bring this up so you guys have a frame of reference for what I'm talking about. Jesus, let's go internet. All right, stand by. Now you guys might be wowed by the view counts and all. It's fine. Just ignore it. Look, I convinced 120,000 people to watch me shower with my bike so far. Look at it. The thumbnail of me and Seabass, just like Seabass is milking me and my hands on his just delicately on his head. It's so good. Some of my favorites here. Okay, stand by. I'm trying to find this video. Okay, yeah, 1.2 million. Okay, so I will caution you against cutting carbon bars and not having some sort of face protection, because I'm here to tell you I was up coughing like all night that night. It was a terrible idea. Like, but I needed the shots where my face were close, like, because my facial reactions are part of the joke sometimes, you know, like just seeing like my face like confidently, like, you know, those little like, anyways, if you look at this, like, right? Okay, hold on. Yeah. Close enough. Yeah, anyways, like I highly and again, you guys already, that's common sense. You guys already know this. Don't cut carbon bars a bunch and then put your face right in it. It's just an awful idea. Just an awful idea. Oh God. I'm still coughing to this day. Yeah, okay, there you go. Oh my God. Sorry. All right, stand by. Oscar. No, Pivot bikes. I don't know a lot about Pivot bikes. I mean, like, the best thing I could say is like everybody's making great bikes these days. So I don't really have anything bad to say about any bike manufacturer that I know of. Like, they're probably great. It's just personal preference, personal design, and all that stuff. Everything's cool these days. So I don't know a lot about them, unfortunately, Oscar. Again, like, I am not, despite making bike content, I am not a bike specialist in any sense of the word. So don't count on me for anything other than, like, I can tell you when things are rad, when they look good, when they feel good and all that stuff. But it's not like, you know, I'm certainly not the guy. Like, I couldn't tell you how many tokens you needed in your fork. You know what I mean? Like, that's Rich. That's semi-Sendy's territory. Right? That's not me. That ain't it. It ain't me. Jay, for example, Bike Some. He's an expert when it comes to brakes and anything else. Like, I listen to him for bike advice. Don't listen to me. You know, I can tell you, like, that a company is rad, that the product works great. But, like, if I was to break down the minutes, like, that's never going to be my specialty. It's just, I'm just too silly. You know what I mean? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's a word I could describe. Joe needs to learn to a rotoscope. I don't even know what that is. I know. I should have gone with some good old aluminum bars when I made that. That's not a bad idea. Again, I just got, hey, do you have any beat up old bars that I could use, Brian? So he brought those over, and it worked. But man, oh man, dude, I'm not kidding. I was coughing like all night long. I even went and slept on the couch because I didn't want to keep the wife up. Like, I was just like, and you know, like, she's got like this little thing that she like puts on her mustache to keep it so it doesn't curl up at night. And so I didn't want to like make her turn over and have that fall off. So I just went and slept on the couch that night because I was just coughing up a storm. So word to the wise, don't cut carbon bars and put your face right in it, because you're just going to. Now, I will say also that the mustache absorbs about 70% of all particulates that come towards the nose. So you have to imagine how much carbon dust was floating around that room, all right? You just got to just put it into perspective. I just wanted to put it in perspective for everybody here that's watching, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. All right, Jay says, I definitely like Pivot. Yeah, Pivot's cool. Like, again, like, there's so much good stuff out there these days. But, again, I can't be the guy. I can't be the guy. Now, that being said, these things, I'm excited to like get them on and give them a shot. Now, one thing that's supposedly cool about these too is like you could actually paint these if you want, or color these if you wanted to. Whoa, I can't believe how like I kind of wish you could play them. Like, you know what I mean? Like ding 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 ding. If I was to make a video like that, they would not be happy about it. But anyways, they're so light. Have you guys, is there measurements, like people have done measurements on how light those are, right? Not if I put downhill Continentals on them. That'll be like defeat the whole purpose. It'll be 90 pounds all of a sudden. Oh my God. That's why he slept on the couch. Yeah, it was that was the problem. That was the problem all along. Yes. Anyways, we're already coming up to the hour and a half mark. I don't want to hold you guys for 2 hours tonight. We've been talking plenty. But look, here's what's going to happen. So I've already told you that I am going to be up, and you can see this here. I am going to be up at the Northwest Tune-Up. So I'm going to be up in riding Galbraith, hopefully. I know they're riding an Enduro there Saturday. So I would love to actually do the Enduro. But if I don't have a bike, I can't race it. So, like, I got to figure all that stuff out. That would be fun, though. Like, I'm in decent enough shape that it'd be probably fun to do. I don't know the trail system that well, but it could still be fun. At the end of the day, it's just to be hanging out. There's going to be concerts. There's going to be bike events. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. So this is going to be up in Bellingham, Washington. And one thing that's cool, and this may date me a little bit, but when I was in high school, I was really into Crystal Method. And they're actually going to be performing on the 15th. So that's pretty cool. Like, I used to listen to Crystal Method while I was doing my homework in high school. So I'm going to get to ride all day, go hang out, watch a concert at night. Like, this looks pretty cool. And like I said, it's the second time doing it. And they've got some cool people on board, I think, that are involved with planning this event. So it should be pretty interesting. Anyways, this is going to be... So if you want to hang out, come find me there. I don't know what my schedule is yet, but this is going to be fun. This is going to be pretty fun. That's the next thing on my docket right now. As of right now. Found Harpy's jet back in. Where the hell did you go, huh? I don't appreciate you leaving midstream. You know, you just put it on your phone. Does anybody pay for YouTube Premium, by the way? That's cool because if you're watching a YouTube video or something, you can just close your phone and it'll keep playing in the background, which is nice. So if you're watching a video, you just want to listen to it, you can do that. So I think of that for live streams as well. Robert, as a side note, Robert said no Patreon. Robert McKay. You know, I've always thought about it, but I've never executed on it. Like, I like the idea of it because, like, the more revenue that I could generate at this whole adventure, the more likely it is that I could make it a full-time prospect, and which means I could make more videos. Like, people always want me to make more long form. The way that happens is me having all day to shoot. The problem is, like, it takes me a while to shoot videos. So imagine having to take 4 hours to shoot something on a Saturday and then get back to the family. That means I don't ride. That means, like, so, like, basically I would just have to stop riding my bike to make bike content. Like, right now I've been finding a happy medium where I'm getting a decent amount of riding in and filming in. But, like, for all, like, imagine I could do say a full-length video twice a month. Like, that would be a pretty reasonable goal. Then I'm getting revenue from YouTube. Then I'm doing, like, but, like, all this stuff has to come together in addition to brand deals and all that stuff to, like, make even that possibility, that thought, a thing. So, like, I have not done a Patreon. I've thought about it because there's so much behind the scenes stories that I'd like to tell that we do sometimes here in the live streams. But I've always had that idea of, like, doing how I got the shots, like how I filmed this, like why like what I did here. Like, I always thought that'd be a cool thing to do, but I've never executed on it yet. I just don't know, like, if it's a value proposition for people, maybe. But I don't really have any, like we've talked about it earlier, I don't really have a lot of ways for you guys to directly support me. I'm not really counting on you guys. I just like you guys hanging out, you know what I mean? But obviously people donating in live streams, like Williamson Ship, thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the $4.99. Thank you so much, Williamson Ship. I appreciate that. This stuff, like, is definitely, like, it helps. It really does. But the only way, I've never really given you guys a direct way. Patreon could be one. But, like, right now, dealing with the brand deals and stuff takes a lot of time. And I think those have been advantageous for me. And I think they're funny on the channel and all that stuff. But, man, if you guys feel like you would want... Because, like, if I thought about, like, I always do want to do a podcast. People always tell me to do a podcast. These live streams, sometimes they turn out too visual. So I put them in podcast forms, but I don't think they translate that well. But this could be a podcast right here. But, like, I don't know that I'd want to do this not live. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's fun to hang out and talk to you guys. But if I was to, like, just sit here and do a video podcast and record it and then upload it, I don't think it would have the same appeal to me. I like hanging out and answering questions real time. Like, that's part of it. And it all becomes one thing, right? But, like, maybe that could be an exclusive thing on, but again, that's just all time. I don't know. Any guys, that's just a long-winded excuse. One of these days, if you guys thought that that's something that would be advantageous, but I just got tons of back footage that I could just throw up and do all that stuff. But sometimes I got to relax too. You know what I mean? One of these days, guys, one of these days. There's so many things I'd like to do. You know, I've floated the idea of doing like a podcast with Seabass and doing like Normal Mountain Biker and the Calirado Kid having their own podcast. Like, how cool would that be? But I look at the podcast landscape and I'm just not sure I'm not sure mountain bikers want podcasts. I don't know. Like, I see a lot of great podcasts out there and I just don't see massive followings on YouTube for them. You know what I mean? Or whatever else. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if the market's there. I've seen there's like impressive people doing podcasts and they're all great, but it's like, man, I don't know. Anyways, that's a thought that there's always something I'm thinking about, but I just don't know if it's worth execute. Like, the time is like, is it worth time to do it? I don't know. So anyways, like one of these days, if I had all the time in the world, then I could do anything I want. But right now, everything is like, I'm fighting for minutes, you know, just picking off a cherry tree that's only got 3 cherries, right? Like, it's not full. So I gotta pick and choose where I spend my time right now. But eventually, imagine if the floodgates opened up, then I could just be making long form videos. That would be a piece of cake. That'd be like no problem. You know, I'd just go out in the morning and film it. Boom. But it's harder right now. Sorry, I got distracted. What were we talking about? Oh my God. Yeah. YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium is good. I'd pay for that because then you don't have ads either. It's great. It's totally worth it. And I get YouTube Music, which I used to listen to a lot. By asking people how long form you mean. Yeah, no, Oscar, you're 100% right. You know, it's funny. Not a lot of people ask me for long form, but I do. I've got video ideas. I want to shoot them. Like, I've got the itch again. I want to start doing some more stuff. But man, it's just hard to find the time is all. That's just, I do. I just don't want to go film my garage all the time. Like, it's not as fun as being out on the trail and filming funny stuff. And like, then, anyways, you guys know the stories. I've told them all before. Look, I'm not here for a sob fest. This thing is getting too heavy. Can somebody else carry it for me? Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, we're back on track. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Spokesman says, heading out to the party. Everyone have a great evening and a fantastic July 4th weekend. Thanks, Joe, for another entertaining and enjoyable cast. I appreciate you, Steve, for jumping in. I appreciate you throwing dollar bills at me like a Carolina strip club. And stoked that we could do another live stream. Really, like, I like doing live streams. And so, like, it keeps you fresh in the mind, too. Like, a live stream, you have to be on it. So, like, I think it freshens me up a bit. Sometimes if I'm not doing live streams, like, I feel like I'm getting stagnant. So, to me, to jump in here and just riff real time, like, you guys know I could talk. Obviously, we're at an hour and a half already, and we're just here. So, I'm not going to hold you guys much longer because I've got margaritas to make and to drink. And so, like, maybe that's not a good idea because I was planning on getting up early and actually getting a lot of work done. We'll see how that goes. Plans may change. But what did I miss? Ken, thanks for jumping in, buddy. Thanks for jumping in. You missed a lot. Like, it's been an hour and a half, and I basically broke down how the universe works. Like, and it's just, I can't believe that I did that, but it just came to me out of the fly, and I really tied it together with mountain biking. It was an epiphany. And now, you know, you're here, but you can just rewind it later, and you can watch it later. You'll be impressed. Unless some sort of glitch happens on YouTube and Elon Musk blocks it or something. You know, I don't know how this stuff works. Look, Ken, thanks for jumping in. Spokesman, thanks again, brother, for the $1.99 donation. Just finished a Kentucky Mule. Yes. Man, it's mighty hot. But I'm going to go back. I'm going to go pay attention to the family for a little bit. We're at the hour and a half mark. What more could I do here? It's sick, man. I'm stoked you guys made it in here on this Saturday night. Another great live stream. I do want to start bringing some guests in too, so that's a possibility. We can't do fireside chats yet because it's just light out, you know what I mean? Like, I can't get to this. Oh, there's no more boxes. That's sad. But it's just too light out for fireside. To me, the fireside chat's got to be at night. So when winter rolls around, I'll actually line up some guests here. We'll start fireside chats again. But I can bring them on digitally. You know, we could do that. We could do the old song and dance, and we'll bring in some guests, and we'll start hanging out with people. But to me, like, I don't know. Sometimes it's fun just to hang out and talk too. Get it off my chest, you know. Anyways, all right, look, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys jumping in. And I'm stoked you guys could waste an hour and a half with me. Or in Harpy's case, about 45 minutes because he had to go eat. But it's fine. It's fine. We're not pointing fingers. We're not pointing fingers, but look, if there's anything you guys want to see in the future, if you got video ideas, let me know. I've got a stack of funny. Can I give you some concepts real quick? Hold on. Stand by. Okay, I saw a video today that I thought was a pretty good concept, and the idea is like setting a trap for someone and how to attract them. Setting a trap for a mountain biker. We could make something like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be all right. Well, I'm gonna film a bunch tomorrow. We're gonna have some good videos on the pipeline. And side note, this is cool. So you guys saw the collab we did. If you guys didn't see the video that I did with sea bass, okay. So hold on, let me just screen share this. This is maybe one of my favorites of all time now. I mean, I'm not kidding you. We're out there filming it. I'm glad it's doing well. 600,000 already, but like, this is one of my favorites of all time.
Hey, dude, you got any water?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I got a ton of extra water in the pack. The hose is a little short, though.
That's fine.
All right, get over here.
Nice.
Dude. Oh, we did one take where the hand was in front and it wasn't. As soon as I did it, we were both like, no, it's got to be like this side. And like, oh, dude. So that hand shot is my favorite, where my hand slowly approaches onto the back of his helmet, and then like, oh, dude, when I was editing that, I was laughing out loud like constantly. I couldn't stop, and I showed it to my wife for the first time when I was editing that. When I showed it to her for the first time, and she literally looked away. She's like this, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. Dude, just make you uncomfortable. Did it make you guys uncomfortable? Oh my God. One of my favorites filmed of all time. Seabass is such a trooper, man. Because sometimes like I'll be like, hey, I got this video idea. But then we ended up riding all day. We did a massive ride that day. And you know, sometimes we're just like, that was a good ride. Maybe next time we'll shoot something. But he was like incessant. He was like, you wanted to film something, right? And I was like, man, okay, let's do it. And I'm so glad we did, because we sat down and like, sometimes like, again, it's easier just to be like, man, we had a good ride. That was fine. But we've hung out at a bunch of festivals and stuff, and we just never filmed anything together. So we actually got out there, got all the gear. They're like, can we haul something for you? I'm like, I'm so not used to that. Like, I'm so used to doing it all by myself. They're like, hey, we'll help you haul all the gear. It's fine. And we got up there. Now, the reason why I showed that is there is another Calirado Kid sea bass collab that happened on that location. Okay. And that's going to be coming Monday. I've discovered this. It's happening. Seabass has edited this one. So it's back. The Calirado Kid and the normal mountain biker are back, baby. On Monday, that video is going to be dropping, so stay tuned for that. I wanted to disclose that since you guys are here in the live stream. That's pretty fun. So we did 2 videos out there, and that was the first. And that's the one I edited and put together. That was my concept, and then he's got the second one. And so that's something that, like, man, I got to do more of this stuff. I love concepting with ideas and, like, getting people involved. Like, I love to work with more creators. Like, next time I'm out with RC, we got to do a fishing related one. Just like, there's always something to think about, and doing it in person is the way to do it. Like virtual stuff is fun. I did one with MTV Allen, and he had a great concept. He edited that. It was phenomenal. But like, there's something fun about being together and like bouncing ideas. Like, okay, we can make this funnier. How can we pull this off? That collaborative process is why I'm in this game, man. And I dig it. So there's a lot more of that to come. I just gotta, plan it all out. But just stand by. Monday is gonna have another one dropping. I worked on one for stands today. That basically, I told you guys earlier that when I walked into to the house, and I told the wife, like, the garage floor is sticky and it might be my fault. You know, like, it's because of this, and I think I cleaned it all up enough, but it was a mighty mess. And you guys can see that on my Instagram stories. That video should be coming out this week as well. There's a bunch of stuff in the works. And what more can I say? If you guys haven't grabbed Calirado Kid gloves and you want to, I don't think I put the link in the chat yet, but you guys can go over to Trail Manos and get those. You can support me that way. Other than that, what more can I say? What more can I say? I know. Justin, dude, that video, like, I'm not kidding you. When I was editing it, I was like, oh, no. I'm just like, if you notice, I get to zoom in when the hand comes to the helmet. Oh, my favorite thing. It's so good. It's so good. Yes. Yes. Okay, look. Anyways, yeah, that's coming Monday. I'm going up to Galbraith, so if you guys are up in Washington or going to that event, come say hi. And other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. And the next time we talk, it might be after that event. unless I decide to do a live stream next week as well, I'll let you know. But if not, then we'll do an event recap. I'll tell you all about it. Maybe I can show off some clips and stuff I record while I'm out there. We'll do all that on a live stream too. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you on the next one. We'll see you later. Oh, wait a minute. No, the stream was supposed to end. Wait. Hey! I told you to hit the end stream button. What? No, I can't pay you that much. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Am I supposed to? What button do I click? It's fine.